Hi, I'm Annie Levy, founder of ROI Campus Coaching. I work one-on-one with college students to help them navigate college with more clarity, purpose, and direction. So they not only graduate, but actually get the most out of their experience being in college. If you're a parent, you might be thinking, but my child already has an academic advisor. Isn't what you're saying their job? That's a great question, and in this video I want to explain the difference between what college advisors typically do and what I offer through coaching, and why having both can make a huge impact. Let's start with advisors. Academic advisors play an essential role. They're often responsible for helping students choose their courses, meet degree requirements, and make sure they're on track to graduate. But here's the challenge. Advisors are often stretched very thin. At many colleges, one advisor might be responsible for hundreds of students. That means short appointments, long wait times, and not always a lot of personal follow-up. They also tend to focus on what's required to get across the finish line, graduation, less so on whether your student is getting what they need out of their time in college. That's where I come in. As a college coach, I work with your students, not just to check boxes, but to help them make real, meaningful choices. We tend to focus on three main things. The first, clarity. Who are they becoming and what do they want out of their college experience? 2, strategy. How can they use their classes, internships, jobs, and activities to build real skills and confidence? And 3, storytelling. How do they take all of that and translate it into a clear path towards graduate school, a first job, or something else entirely? In other words, I help students see college as more than a checklist. It can become a launchpad. Here are just a few of the gaps I often help students fill. Advisors don't always have time for meaningful one-on-one conversation. Guidance may be generic or focus only on graduation requirements. And career advice is often limited or inconsistent. And for non-traditional students, like transfers, part-timers, or first-gen students, they may not get the tailored support that they need. And advisors are often reactive. They wait for students to come with a problem. I'm proactive. I check in, I hold them accountable, and I help them think ahead. None of this is about blaming advisors. They're doing the best they can in a tough system. But your student deserves more support than the system often allows. When a student works with me, we start with where they are. Maybe they're feeling overwhelmed. Maybe they're unsure of their major, or maybe they've done everything right on paper, but still don't know what comes next. We meet regularly, once or twice a month virtually, and I help them audit where they are, where they want to go, and how to get there in a way that feels achievable and personal. We create a plan, yes, but we also build confidence. This isn't tutoring. This isn't therapy. This is future-focused, action-oriented coaching grounded in real-world experience and student-centered goals. You've invested a lot in your child's education, financially, emotionally, and every other way. College is a critical time, and sometimes students need a little more support to connect the dots. Coaching gives your students the space to think more clearly, act more confidently, and graduate not just with a degree, but with direction. If you're curious about whether coaching could be the right fit for your student, I'd love to talk. I'm Annie with ROI Campus Coaching, and I've got your back and your students as well.